welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sophie, and this is my get ready with me for cheer comp video. This is me actually now after Showcase. Normally I film this video when I'm getting ready for FC Bournemouth, but I didn't because I was a little bit nervous, so I wasn't in the mood to film me getting ready. I just wanted to relax and get ready on my own. But it was Showcase today, so I thought I'd get ready with you. Only a couple of changes to my makeup routine, so if you've seen the other two, potentially not a lot of difference. But this is my go-to full coverage, full glam makeup routine. It stays. Like, I have sweated. I've had a little knock to the nose during warm-up. So that's the only place I've lost any makeup. Tips and tricks. I didn't show in the video, but before I left I also sprayed hairspray on my face. That's a dance trick. But yeah, keep watching if you want to know how I do my comp day makeup. Hope you enjoy. Right, another year, another Showcase. Well, another get ready with me. Truthfully, nothing's probably changed, to be honest, with my makeup routine. Maybe like one product, but I am currently in my PJs. Always got to put sleeves on, otherwise you have to then scrape them on past your makeup. Sorry if you can hear a whirring in the background. I have got the fan on because it's quite hot in my flat. Apologies. But I'm gonna start with the eyebrows. I used the Mario Badescu Rose Water, which I apparently need more of. Spritz my face to start with, and then this Nivea moisturiser I've used God knows how long. At least 10 years. Yeah, it must be at least 10 years. I think I started using it at uni. But yeah, I've used it under my makeup for years. Also, if you watched my previous get ready with me videos, can we appreciate my skin? Look at it. No cystic breakout. We're thriving. We've got a little bit of scarring left, a couple of ice pick scars, a couple of red ones, but overall, thriving. Next step, got to be glued hair gel. Always and forever. I've used this now for at least 5 years. And then I take a little spoolie and a blob, and then we're going to run it through. I always start with this eyebrow, don't ask why. I'm going to run it through the eyebrow, up in all the hairs. Truthfully, the tackier the better with this thing. So now we've gone it all the way up, I'm going to do it all the way down, so you get the backs of the hair as well, because then that's going to stick to your face. I'm actually contemplating getting someone to do something with my eyebrows, because I've never had my eyebrows touched professionally ever in 28 years. So I was contemplating getting someone to shape them maybe, or like, whenever I try and trim the hair, it just never goes well. I hate it as soon as it's happened, so that's my fear. And I just use my finger to squish it down to the head a bit more and sort of take off some of the excess as well. And I always have a pack of wipes next to me. Wipe my finger and then I'll wipe around the brow. I would love to say that is it, done, but it takes a good few going overs for it to be done. But you just gotta be patient, okay? So I use one spoolie to apply it, and then I use another spoolie to go through it again. Help stick them in place a bit more. Yeah, and then I use this flat bit of a spoolie again to squish them to your head. The reason I use a spoolie is because obviously your finger's got heat, so it kind of messes with them a little bit. Good, so you comb through a bit, put the hairs where you want them, and then squish them with the spoolie. Hairs where you want them, and squish them. And you do this for a while, and I'm in a while. One eyebrow pretty much done, and then I get some more got to be glued, and I put it through the other. And then there's a lot. So you're going to go through your finger, squish down and squish off some excess, but then I also use a bit of the excess back on the first brow. I'd say eyebrows are the longest thing in my routine. Once they're on, everything else just kind of happens. Clean up again. I'm actually mind blown that it is a showcase already. Like, this season has gone way too fast. A super important step if you're doing this is to keep cleaning up around the edges with a makeup wipe, otherwise you're going to get random flaky bits which you don't want. And then I take the first spoolie and then I start wiping off the excess got to be glued on there, and I use that to stick the brow down more. I told you, brows are the longest process. Thing I hate the most, but I look so different without it, so I'm so used to doing it now. I also sort of rub it between my fingers to get it a little bit tackier. Don't know if that actually does that, but that's why I do it. I then just kind of take any excess that's like around the mouth of this bottle and do one last stick. I told you, it's a process. People always come to me being like, I can't do it, they're flaking, they don't stay. You gotta keep layering, and you gotta keep cleaning it up, and it takes time. And we're gonna move on to the rest of the face, but I do need to clean my sponges. Clean your sponges every time. Don't keep using the same dirty sponges when you do makeup. You've got to clean them every time. Re-dampen them, re-clean them for the better application. That's a top tip. Right, eyebrows. I also then just check I haven't left any product around my eyebrows. And then we just go back in with the moisturiser for the bits where we wiped away. Right, we're gonna go wash the sponges and I'll be back. Right, sponges all clean. Time for makeup. This is probably, and always does, slip off my face because I've got my hair in a bun, but this is the look, this is how I get ready, so enjoy. Right, primer. I used the, well, I used two, not two, well, yeah I do use two, but it's either the Milk Grippy Primer or the e.l.f. Power Grip. Both do the same thing, they're both dupes, not dupes. This is a dupe of the Milk one. I do 2 pumps of that one and spread it around mainly the outskirts of my face because I'm going to use another primer in the middle. Oh, there's a cat. And this one's really tacky, so it's great. And then I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I use that in the centre of my face, around my nose, a bit on my forehead, and a bit on my chin. Just fill in my pores. Oh, it's a good look, I have to say. Sorry that this mirror is going to appear in the video quite a few times. Apologies. Foundation. I use 2. Sorry, not sorry. I use the Revolution Pro drops as like a hydrating base to start with, And then this is old. I think they've changed the formula again. It's like a formula they changed 3 times. So it's the Maybelline Up to 30 Hour Foundation, the Superstay Active Wear one. So I use this all over my face, and then I use this on the bits I want higher coverage on, which used to mainly be because I had quite a bit of acne like here, so that's where I put it. But my skin's a lot better at the moment, so I don't tend to use it as much. But we use this one all over. I look like a crazy person, and yes, it looks too light, but we'll fix it. I'm just gonna go around with the other side of the sponge and just absorb any crazy excess. Also, I don't know if you saw, I rubbed it down my neck as well to help with the blending of the colour match later on. Okay, looking good. We're gonna use a bit of the Superstay. The pump doesn't work anymore because it's I actually very rarely use this foundation, so the pump's all dried up, so I just scoop out a bit and put it on the back of my hand. This one's in 28 Sable. I've only done one layer of fake tan, so that's why I've done that one. And then I just take a bit on mascara area on my cheek. Full coverage done. We're now gonna do cream bronzer. This is probably the only thing that's changed, which I use the number 7 Pro Artist Soft Glow Cream Bronzer in light glow. It looks like this. It's kind of like a dupe for the Chanel. And then I take it on this slightly angled Morphe brush, which I got in Florida, if you've watched that vlog. And then we put it around the edges of our faces. This is how we bring back some colour and try and match the tan. Bit of an underjaw contour. And then we take a different sponge, this one, and then we blend that in. Now, I used to do cream blush, which I think I've come away from a bit. I don't really know why. I have loads of these Made by Mitchell ones. Some of them are like older, so they're drying out a bit, so maybe that's why I've stopped using them. And then for a while I've used the the Beauty Crop Glow Milk Blushed Cream Blush, but I've just come away from it a little bit at the moment. I think that's why I was looking a little bit muddy, was the cream blush, so I've stopped using that, and I'm just doing bronzer, and I bring it like over my eyes for a bit of free contouring and free eyeshadow, pretty much. Yeah. And then I use the excess foundation on the sponge and just clean up the jawline, cheekbones. Cream bronzer on. We are now going to use concealer. There's a theme here. I use 2 concealers. One, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure is discontinued, so I've currently got 2 of them. When this one is 100% discontinued, then I've got an e.l.f. version of it, which I've got in my light tones, which I'm using at the moment. It's pretty similar, it's not quite as good, so I'm sad. I currently use the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate concealer. I don't have 2, this one's empty. I'm just clinging on for dear life because I think it's discontinued. But I use that on my chin. and then I use it on my nose. So I like scoop round one side, scoop round the other, under the tip of my nose. And I use a little sponge for this one. I use this little Real Techniques one to get in the crevices of my nose. Honestly, I really do expose myself on the internet. Like, this is a look. This is a real look. And I'm just squeezing out the excess water in it. And ooh, got a cat head. That might have to live on my face. I can't get it. Now I'm talking like in the nostril. Around in that crevice around my nose. And then I use it up the middle of my brows as well, onto the forehead. I then take the second one, which is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and I put that in this corner here, and I use that under my eyes, but I also drag it on my lid as well. I push it into the corner and then bring it under the eye and down in a little bit of a triangle, and then on the lid as well. You take this one, blend the edges. What your mama said. Shit, no. Same again on this side. And then we go back in with the sponge. We just bring a bit of the bronzer back that we've lost at the edges of where the concealer spread. Cream products done. We're now going to go in with powder, and I mean a lot of powder. I'm not a glowy girl. I use the RCMA Makeup Original No Colour Powder with a sponge, wherever that is, a little sponge, and we cake it on. Looking like a crazy person. So I press it in with the sponge on my T-zone because that's where I get the greasiest the quickest. And then I take a big fluffy brush and disperse it round the rest of my face. Making sure to get the neck as well, because obviously we dragged our foundation down the neck. Once we are fully powdered down, I'm going to take a makeup wipe. I'm just going to clean the foundation of my lips. And I put a bit of lip balm. I use the Burt's Bees one. All the way down the neck. We're now going to do blusher and bronzer. For blusher I use the Made by Mitchell Blame It On The Blush palette. Sorry, I'm itchy nose. Little Made by Mitchell brush. I feel like I use this side. I don't really use that side. It's a bit bold. I think I'm going to use terracotta today. I bring it onto my lid as well. It's kind of a trust the process moment because I look quite scary right now, especially with the ring light. It's washing it out quite a bit. Does not look quite so scary in person. Very much trust the process. I just keep blending and blending on the lid, bit on the nose. If you scroll far enough back on my channel, you'll see my crazy eyeshadow days. If you want to see that kind of makeup, I don't really do that anymore. I literally drag a bit of blush, a bit of bronzer on the eyelid, whack a bit of glitter on there, and we're done. I probably could still do that kind of eyeshadow. I should probably challenge myself one day to do it again. Blush's on the floor. Looking a smidge bit crazy, but that's okay. It's okay. Don't panic at this point. So then we're going to take bronzer. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in light bronzer because this transfers from when I'm pale, and I can make it work when I'm tanned as well. Majority of the time. Sometimes I use a bit of a darker bronzer from the Made by Mitchell bronzer palette to contour a bit, but I use this all over the rest of my face, and I mean all over the face. If it's light here. Oh, hi Benji. Oh, way better. Sorry, it was rubbish weather out there when I woke up, so I left the curtains closed, but we can see a bit better now. It's not quite so crazy in colour. Oh, you can't see Benji. Benji's literally sniffing the camera right now. I might have got a smidge bit more light. There we go. Bronzer. I then take a bigger fluffy brush on the bronzer and just do this corner of my face. So normally if I wasn't fake tanned, that's where I'd stop with bronzer. I'm going to take the Made by Mitchell Bronzed Motel, and I'm just going to take a slightly darker bronzer, this Honey Warm, under here. She's bronzed. He decided it was time to stop recording apparently. I don't know how much of that was kept. I hope it didn't just delete everything. But I'm just going to take some powder and sculpt the cheeks, I guess. I guess that's what I'm doing. Also, this obviously comes in a really inconvenient package. I decant it into an old NARS pot and use that. Stunning. Don't think I've ever looked prettier on the internet. I need some more brow pencil, so I really hope we don't run out. But I use the Revolution Pro like microblading pencil. I will try and be a good person and link everything I use. Oh, I really run out. This is not good. Not good. Not good, not good. I just use it to bring back colour in my brows, and then I use a little spoolie to like spread the product through the stuck down brows. But I don't have enough product. It's run out, like fully empty. So that's on the Amazon basket to order. We're back. I've managed to get a bit out of this very dried up pot of pomade just to bring colour back to the eyebrows. Now just gonna wipe away powder. Next Next I'm going to do highlighter. I'm going to use the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. I use it just here on both sides, and then on my forehead in these two little spots, and then just blend it out with this one. Use my very old Ofra glazed donut highlighter. This is the best highlighter of all time, and I don't know if they still sell it, and I will cry when I run out. I put a bit on the top of my lip, in my inner corners, and then on my nose, like a little exclamation mark. Same again, take this brush and I just blend it in. Right, eyeshadow. I'm literally just taking this Colourpop Mighty Morphin Super Shock Shadow Ultra Glitter. I'm taking it all over the lid. Again, I got this in Florida. If you watched the world's vlogs, you would have seen. And if you haven't watched the world's vlogs, go watch them. It's a bit of a wipe over of glitter on the whole lid. Don't know if you can see. If I zoom you in up close and personal here. Yeah, just a bit of sparkly shimmer all over the lid. Right, then it is time for setting spray. I'm a bit excessive, I won't lie to you. I use 2 or 3. I've told you this, I think. I start by using the Mario Badescu Rose Spray again. I just gotta make sure. Where's the tube? Then I use the Urban Decay All Nighter. This isn't empty. We're fuming. We're heartbroken. So we're going to use it like right in the smack bang centre of the face, because that's really the bit that needs to stay. That is nearly everything. I'm gonna go away, slick back my hair into a pony and curl the ends, and I will be back to finish off makeup. But I'm not going to film me trying to do my hair on camera because it's a struggle, I won't lie. I use this Eco Gel to slick everything back, but it's still a struggle. Last time I broke 3 hairbands, so I'm going to jump off camera and do it, and I'll be back. She's slick. Oh, I hate doing a ponytail. My little baby hairs don't have it. They will not stay down. Bad vibes. I'm back, hair slicked and all curled. I use this curler. I don't know how big this is, but people always ask me how my curls stay so long. I think it's because it's this small curler. Any big ones just drop out quickly, so this is the ultimate size. I don't know how big it is, sorry, but you can kind of get the gist. It's quite small. It does little curl and then they last forever. To slip back, I use the Eco Gel. I use this, I think it's a beard brush. I got it off a TikTok shop. Slick it, and then my normal hairbrush. We keep going, lots of hairspray, lots of gel, you just keep slicking. I always get these baby hairs that will not sit. So it's not a perfect slick because they will not, no matter what I do. slick down. But it is time to finish up my makeup. I just do a bit more sparkle on my eyelid. I take this made by Mitchell Drip Drip, and I tap it on my eyelid. I put a bit on the back of my hand, a spiky brush. Let me zoom you in to what I'm doing, and then ooh, I keep going. Stop. It's a bit close. Oh, we're a bit sticky today. And I just even more sparkles. That's all we do, nothing exciting really. All the buttons on my camera seem to be sticking today. It's just a bit bad. Don't forget to wash it quite quickly off the back of your hand, otherwise you get a silver spot of sparkles on your hand. But yeah, just adds a little bit more sparkle. Obviously that Colourpop eyeshadow is pretty sparkly anyway, but this is a rich one. I've worn it every single comp since I had it, so I can't not wear it. And I bought a bronze version of it and I tried to wear that for comp and it was our worst ever comp of my life, so the bronze one doesn't make an appearance on comp days. Right, and then very last thing I do is mascara. I use a Maybelline Lash Sensational, either very black or just the normal one. I think I got this one abroad. I don't know, I'm like halfway through one. Pretty simple. I just chuck a bunch of mascara on. I don't wear lashes, have never been a person that can do lashes, so we just do a lot of mascara. I think this is the drying up one. This one's a bit dry. There we have it. That was Get Ready With Me for Comp Showcase this year. Not much has changed, but I do like to do this video just so you can see how I do my makeup. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well. No idea what next season brings, but come along for the ride. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day. Bye bye.